Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my first video on this channel. My name is Gabriel and I'm kind of just putting together a lifestyle channel where we're going to talk things budget, we're going to talk being frugal, we're going to talk fashion, we're going to talk fitness, we're going to just go through all the different life things. And I'm so excited to start off with this idea of budgeting. And so I know for me, this has changed my whole life and how I live it. And I think this will do the same for you if you will at least sit down and consider. So I know budgeting is something that we all want to think we kind of have a handle on. Maybe we know we don't, and we don't know where to start. And so I would like to give you how I have been budgeting myself personally to get to a place where I feel very confident that I am not living paycheck to paycheck. I'm able to do more with my money, help people when they need help, and overall just live a very just a good life. And so I hope that this will be something you can use as well. So let's talk about our budget today and the process of budgeting here. So we have a way to break down our paychecks. For some of us, we get paid 2 times a month. Some of us get paid bi-weekly. Others of us who are kind of luckier get paid every week. And it feels like you have more money when you get paid every week, even though it's probably the same, but it just feels like you always have access to it. Well, doing this budget is going to help you feel like you have that extra money, that you have control, that you're not in a place where if you're getting paid once a month, you still can feel just as confident in your spending. So here's what it is. We're going to do 50% of our budget, or of our salary, is going to go towards our needs. A lot of you are kind of scared by this because there's no way you can fit all of your needs in 50% of your paycheck. And there's other videos will address that, but this is just for practice for right now. Then we're going to do 30% of our salary that we take home is going to be going toward our wants. Because, I mean, living a life where we're only getting by is not good. And then we want to take 20% of all that we make and we want to put it in savings. And so there are different ways that we can do all of these. There's different priorities that each one of us have. And so I'm just going to give you kind of a sample case with the budget here of $3,000. I think that's kind of fair for those of you. Some of you are going to make less and some of you are going to make way more. So good for you guys who make way more. And for those of you who make less, this is going to even be more important that we look at what we're making and how we're spending it. A lot of times our budget is just knowing what we have and what we can spend. So 50% of our needs. For those of us, we're grown-ups, 50% of this is going to be $1,500 of this $3,000. 30% is going to be $900 that goes to our wants, and 20% goes towards our savings, which will be $600. Let's pay ourselves first, so let's talk about the savings. So our savings, we want, if you don't have any money in the bank saved, you're going to open up a bank account this month, and if you're going to put $25 in it because you get paid weekly, or you're going to put $100 because you get paid every 2 weeks, we're going to put in our savings account in 1 month at least $200. Now, if you're super fierce and you really want to get your $1,000 base, and that's what I would say the least you need in your savings account at any time should be $1,000. This is going to help cover if anything breaks in your house, your car breaks down, you need a new tire. That's what this savings is going to be for, your everyday life. So you can do more than this. You can put the full 600, but I'm just going to put 200 for those of us who we are starting off strong. We really want to stay with this, and we're going to be super disciplined. Now, for the next item, I would say is that we want to put money from our paychecks into our retirement fund. So some of you guys are working jobs where you can your business or the company will match what you put in, but we're gonna at least put $200 towards our retirement. So we're gonna match our 401k, and then we're gonna put the rest in a Roth IRA if there is any left to put in there. So we want to make sure we're putting money away for our future. That's why we're budgeting in the first place, because we're thinking about our future selves. And then we're gonna go ahead and stick $200. You guys, this is something totally different. This is like a money market. You're putting away money to like maybe a high yield savings account that you're not gonna touch. This savings here is touchable money right up here. This is when you need it for an emergency, and this is like a money market idea that it's just gonna make you money on top of your money, or high yield savings account. You're gonna put $200 in there so that it is making you money. It is being protected against inflation, all that kind of stuff. So now let's go over to our needs, because that is priority. So we want to go ahead and pay our rent. We're going to want to pay our phone bill. We're going to want to pay our water and our light bill. We're going to want to pay gas, for our car payment if we have one. We're going to want to go ahead and pay, insurance, because we all need insurance. And we're going to want to pay for food. So grocery type stuff, / house, we're going to put in here, okay? This is all your household, toilet paper, different things like that. Okay, so now we're going to say, let's say your rent is $500. Your phone bill hopefully is around $50. No more than 70, guys. There's no reason why you should have a bill over $70 just for yourself. Let's say your water bill and your light bill are all together and you're paying $150 for that because you live with someone else. Your gas every month is like, maybe $100 there. Your car payment is a nice $280. Your insurance is maybe 80 more bucks, and then your food, you're going to be able to put in, I'm not exactly sure, I'm not adding all this up. I probably should have done the math before I started this, but let's say you have $400 to go shop and do everything you need for that. So about $400, maybe a little less. Now, we're going to go to your wants. Now, again, your wants might need to be pushed over to your needs with how your bills and everything are coming out. You might not have the opportunity to do this. You might need to apply that $900 over here, and that's totally fine. We're going to go into another video where I kind of talk a little more about how we can slim this down or increase this. One of the two have to happen, but we'll talk about that in another video. Here we go. So our wants. Personally, I do some spending money. That is just for fun. If I want to go watch a movie, I want to go get something at Target, I want to go to like Marshall's is probably my favorite place, one of those Ross or something like that. Go spend money. And then I like to go eat out every once a week. Is like I have a cheat meal, so eating out money will be in there as well. And then let's say we are trying to do something. For me, it's going to be paying an extra car payment. Let's do extra car payment, okay? And then for me, that's probably where that will end, because those are my wants right now. I really just want to concentrate on getting my car paid off. So let's say our spending, we're going to do $50 every week for that. So 4 weeks generally. Sometimes there's 5 weeks in a month, but let's just plan for the general. That's going to be $200. Then $160 for eating out. I give myself $40 every week to go eat out, and I don't use it all the time, but if I want to take somebody with me, I want to go on a date, that $40 should be able to cover, along with the spending money that can merge into that as well. I should be able to go on a date with that. I mean, it's like this right here, the fact that I'm doing this, and this is exactly how much I give myself. I have gone and done so many cool things in the past couple months because I have been just very, just disciplined and saying, I need to do this. This is a priority for me. Every week I'm going to spend money on myself, on going to eat out, on just having a good time. And it's really freed me up that I don't feel a burden on like, oh my goodness, I can't go do stuff this week because I spent too much getting DoorDash. Like, how crazy is that? So now you have $360 that has been spent on all of that. And so you probably now have somewhere around $540 left over to go to your car payment. For some of you guys, this is not a reality. You need to stick this $540 and put it back on your rent, because that's where that's how much you're paying. And that's totally fine for right now. We definitely can take that and pay this off. The benefit of making an extra, like almost triple car payment is if you have $10,000 left over, between these two, you've got about 12 months before you pay your car off. That is amazing to think that in 12 months you can pay your car off, or whatever bill it is that you have. And so we have just put together a budget that allows us to go shop for food. We have a budget that has paid for all of our needs. We have some wants in here that we're giving, and we're paying towards our future as well on a $3,000 a month income. For some of you guys, this is not kind of the way you could do this. You might have to stick some of your wants to this 50%. But again, there are things that we can do to change that. Either A, that's going to be bringing down bills here, and I don't know particularly what yours is. If you're paying $200 for your phone bill, that's ridiculous. You need to bring that down right away. If that means selling a phone and getting a little cheap phone for a little while, do that, because you need to not be drowning in bills, okay? And so then the other thing that you can do while you take all this down, I think you should do the cheapest you possibly can on all of this. Really kind of get it down. I would not cheap out on food, because if you cheap out on food, you're going to end up eating out more. So get the things that you like. But the other option is you're going to bring down expenses. And then if that is not enough, we need to bring in more money. And that is going to look like either asking for a raise, getting a side hustle, or getting a new job. It is okay to go for a new job that pays you more. You probably have more experience than when you started the job that you're at, and so you can bring that to another place where they will pay you more. You can get a side hustle where you're door dashing, or you're flipping furniture, or you're doing something that helps make money for you and your family. That is also a good option. And so maybe you make an extra $1,000 a month here. Wow, that's a huge amount of money that you've added. Maybe you ask for a raise and you're making an extra $500 a month because you got a raise. Or maybe you're going to take your time, your talent, your abilities that you've gained, and you're going to get a whole new job, and that's going to increase your monthly income to like $4,500 a month. Who knows what any of these can do to add to your to what you have already going on. All of these things are good things that you can do, and we can talk a little more about these in detail later. But I hope that this has helped you kind of figure out a way to budget that will get you thinking at the very least about what you're spending your money on. Too much, we just kind of spend money without thinking about it, and then it comes time to pay a bill or something, and then we're like, oh, I've got to wait until next month to pay that, and then we're even further behind than when we started. So we want to make sure that we're not just living it up when we get paid and then really depressed later in the month when we're like, man, I don't have enough money. We want to make sure that we're looking at our expenses and all of those things. So again, guys, go through all of your bills, make sure that they all add up, and see what the percentage is of your needs to how much you make. If you guys got a lot out of this video, why don't you comment down below what it is you're saving for? Is it for retirement? Are you going to start $1,000 savings, just a $1,000 emergency fund? Is that something that you guys are thinking about doing? And just comment that down below, and we'll see you in the next video. I really am super grateful for you guys watching. If you've made it this far and you got something out of it, why don't you subscribe to the channel, because there's going to be a lot more videos like this that I think will be super helpful. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in another video. All right, bye, guys.